Well, Tamatoa hasn't always been this glam. I was a drab little crab once.
Wow, we certainly never thought about it that way. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 strangest Disney theories.
Why did you stay away so long? Did you miss me? Tell us one of your adventures. Something exciting.
Want to hear about the time I cut off Hook's hand and threw it to the crocodile?
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at some of the weirdest, most insane, and most mind-boggling Disney theories. These theories are ones that feel oddly plausible, but are nevertheless extremely unorthodox, silly, or troubling. We'll be ranking our choices based on a combination of how odd the theory itself is, and for how much sense it actually makes.
The victim of the sleeping death can be revived only by love's first kiss. Love's first kiss.
Number 10. Aladdin takes place in a post-apocalyptic future. Aladdin. Like Cars, some believe that Aladdin takes place in the distant future, well, after conventional modern society has broken down.
First, that fez and vest combo is much too 3rd century. These patches, what are we trying to say? Beggar? No, let's work with me here.
Genie calls Aladdin's fashion so 3rd century and impersonates 20th century celebrities like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jack Nicholson.
All right, Sparky, here's the deal. If you want to court the little lady, you gotta be a straight shooter. Do you got it?
Yet he mentions that he's been in the lamp for 10,000 years.
10,000 years will give you such a crick in the neck.
If the genie was around between the 70s and 2000s for Schwarzenegger and Nicholson, and was subsequently imprisoned for 10,000 years, that means that Aladdin must take place sometime around the late 11,000s or early 12,000s AD. It's possible that there was some sort of disaster that wiped out modern technology, resulting in a futuristic society that looks deceptively antiquated.
No way! How does that feel good? Oh, I'm free!
Number 9. Carl was dead the whole time. Up. Fans love them some X was dead the whole time theories. Even if it's not Nemo being dead and Marlin experiencing the 5 stages of grief, it's Carl dying at the beginning of Up. According to the theory, Carl dies in his sleep after being notified that he needs to move.
Tell your boss he can have our house. Really? When I'm dead.
Russell is simply Carl's guardian angel, who has taken the form of he and Ellie's desired child. He's looking for his final merit badge, a metaphor for angel wings. And the floating house is an obvious metaphor for Carl leaving the physical world and entering heaven and the afterlife. We mean a house being lifted by balloons? This theory's starting to make sense. Number 8. Peter Pan is the angel of death. Peter Pan. Geez, if it's not the characters secretly being dead, it's the characters being the angel of death. What's the obsession with death here? According to this incredibly dark yet comforting theory, Peter Pan is actually an angel of death who takes dead children to Neverland, aka the afterlife.
There it is, Wendy. Second star to the right and straight on till morning.
When there's a smile in your heart.
You obviously never grow old in the afterlife, which explains the Lost Boys.
Following the leader, the leader, the leader. We're following the leader wherever he may go.
This may sound like silly nonsense until you consider the character's creator, J.M. Barrie, gave the rights to Peter Pan to London's Great Ormond Street Hospital, a hospital for sick children. Were Peter Pan and Neverland Barrie's way of comforting terminally ill children? We're not saying yes, but we are saying maybe.
I said nothing of the sort.
Number 7. Tamatoa Is Ursula, Moana and the Little Mermaid.
Can we be real? If my name was Sebastian and I had a cool Jamaican accent, you'd totally help me. You would, you know you would.
Both Moana and the Little Mermaid are centered around the ocean, so of course fans are going to find some link between the two, no matter how strange.
You've got it, sweet cakes.
This theory posits that they share the same universe. Both Tamatoa and Ursula share a distinctive purple hue, have very flamboyant personalities, and multiple limbs.
But you can't expect a demigod to be to take a pod. Look it up.
However, since Moana takes place later, Tamatoa isn't exactly Ursula as we once knew her. She's been reincarnated. We're not sure how this explains Tamatoa being a crab instead of a human-octopus hybrid, but hey, we didn't say it was a perfect theory. Speaking of imperfect theories, there's apparently one claiming Tamatoa is actually Ursula's grandson, since he mentions eating his enormous grandmother.
Don't! That's my grandma!
That's my grandma's. I ate my grandma, and it took a week because she was absolutely humongous.
Number 6. Gaston killed Bambi's mother, Beauty and the Beast, and Bambi. If you thought Bambi's mother's death couldn't get any more depressing, think again, because it is entirely possible that Gaston was the human who pulled the trigger. We never see the hunter who kills Bambi's mother, which obviously opens the possibility that it could have been anyone. We also see a doe drinking from a stream at the beginning of Beauty and the Beast, and find out Gaston is an accomplished hunter.
Wow, you didn't miss a shot, Gaston! You're the greatest hunter in the whole world!
I know.
No beast alive stands a chance against you. And no girl for that matter.
It's true.
Did he one day manage to snag himself a doe in the nearby woods? To make this connection even stronger, it's entirely possible that one of the heads in the tavern belongs to Bambi's mother.
I use antlers in all of my decorating.
As if we needed any more reasons to hate Gaston.
LeFou, I'm afraid I've been thinking.
A dangerous pastime?
I know.
Number 5. The Prince is Death, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And here we go with the death stuff. Either Disney fans are some truly dour people, or Disney loves them some cryptic metaphors. This theory suggests that Snow White's prince is the personification of death. You see, the apple that the queen gave Snow worked a little too well and killed her. The prince, also known as the Grim Reaper, appears and kisses her, awakening her to take her away to the afterlife. Snow is then given a moment to say goodbye to the dwarves before departing. And what do they depart on? A white horse, an obvious reference to the biblical pale horse and its rider, Death, one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Number 4. Dopey and Geppetto are the same person, Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs and Pinocchio. You may think that Dopey was just another dwarf, but what if he was actually a young Geppetto? First argument, appearances. There's no denying that the two look alike, from the wide oval eyes to the big ears and the bulbous red clown nose. The two also share similar personality traits, such as their clumsiness and agitation. Then there's the fact that Dopey doesn't talk, he's simply too young for speech.
And this is Dopey, he don't talk none.
It's possible that the dwarves took in a child, mistaking it for one of their own, and subsequently gave Geppetto the boot when he got older. He moved to Italy, became a woodworker, and the rest is history.
It's my wish. It's come true. Figaro. Look, he's alive. He can talk.
Number 3. Ariel's mother was killed by Captain Hook, The Little Mermaid, and Peter Pan. This one is strange, but damn if there isn't a lot of evidence to back it up. One of the mermaids in Neverland looks an awful lot like Ariel, complete with the signature red hair.
It's Peter. Oh! Hello, Peter. Hello, Peter.
In the prequel to The Little Mermaid, Ariel's Beginning, it's established that Ariel's mother was killed by pirates. Captain Hook, a pirate, hates mermaids, and Triton hates humans, obviously due to a human, Captain Hook, murdering his wife.
Do you think I want to see my youngest daughter snared by some fish-eater's hook?
I'm 16 years old. I'm not a child
Don't
anymore.
you take that tone of voice with me, young lady.
If we're to believe the Neverland equals the afterlife theory, then it's obvious that Ariel's mother is there and is still being terrorized by her murderer.
Yup, it's Hook all right.
Hook!
Quick, Wendy!
Now that's one unfortunate afterlife. Number 2. Chip is Beast's illegitimate son, Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast contains some of Disney's most timeless characters, including the adorable mother-son tea set, Mrs. Potts, and Chip.
Now, Chip, I'll not have you making up such wild stories.
Really, Mama? I saw her.
But what if Chip isn't Mrs. Potts' son? After all, Mrs. Potts seems far too old to have a child that age. And she clearly did not give birth as a teapot. According to one version of this theory, the prince was seduced by and impregnated the enchantress, and when the child was hidden away for being illegitimate, the enchantress cursed the castle and everyone in it, including her own son. Mrs. Potts simply raised him as her own because she's the sweet old maternal type who doesn't want a kid to grow up without a mother.
What's there, Mama?
I'll tell you when you're older.
Number 1. Boo grew up to be a witch, Monsters, Inc. and Brave. The ending to Monsters, Inc. is perfect.
Kitty.
But what if there's a lot more to Boo's story? This incredibly strange and convoluted theory states that Boo eventually lost contact with Sully, and somehow traveled back in time to visit the Will-o'-the-Wisps, the source of dimension-hopping energy, or something. She's now trying in vain to cultivate this magic, so she can create time and dimension-hopping doorways in an attempt to find Sully and Monstropolis. If you look closely, you can even see a carving of Sully in the Witch's Woodshop in Brave, which is a clear dedication to her old friend. This theory is seriously convoluted, but hey, it's all in good fun.
Who are you?
Just a humble woodcarver.
I don't understand.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.